Most of us are conditioned to fear borrowing money. We're taught that a loan is a weight that will eventually pull you under, a financial burden to be avoided at all costs. Yet, if you look at the world's most successful investors, they don't run from debt. They treat it as a tool for acceleration, using borrowed capital to move faster than their own savings would ever allow. The first step to making this work is recognizing the clear distinction between a loan that costs you money and a loan that pays you. Let's take $50,000 of borrowed bank money and split it down two diverging pathways, Path A and Path B. We will track how this money behaves when used by an average consumer on Path A versus a strategic investor on Path B. Mapping the outcomes of these two choices shows how debt bridges the gap between merely working for a paycheck and actually owning your time. On Path A, the borrower takes that $50,000 bank loan and immediately buys a luxury car. This is often a social decision. They want the immediate status of a high-end vehicle, prioritizing the appearance of success over the long-term math of their bank account. This is the classic definition of a liability, something that strictly takes money out of your pocket every month without providing a return. A car is a depreciating asset. It drops in value the moment it leaves the lot. Compounded by high interest rates, averaging 19.24%, the cost of borrowing quickly overtakes the value of what you bought. Between the rapid loss in the car's value and the constant growth of the interest, the borrower is caught in a deficit that becomes increasingly difficult to pay off. This cycle, using debt to fund things that lose value, is the primary reason many people feel stuck, regardless of their actual salary. Now let's look at Path B. Here, the borrower takes the same $50,000 and puts it into real estate. This involves moving beyond a standard comfort zone and accepting a calculated risk. But that risk is managed by a prerequisite, prioritizing specialized knowledge. Before taking the loan, this borrower studies the market intensely, rather than guessing based on gut feelings or general advice. Unlike the luxury car, this property is intended to be an asset, something that generates cash and puts money back into the borrower's pocket. The borrower uses the bank's capital to find a neglected property and funds the renovations needed to increase its market value and utility. Crucially, this works because of a specific repayment plan, ensuring the borrowed capital is covered by the asset's performance. Once rented, the renovated house generates a monthly yield. These rental payments flow into a central income bucket, automatically covering the monthly loan payment. The debt is serviced by the asset itself, leaving a surplus of profit. By using borrowed capital to acquire income-producing property, the investor has turned the bank's money into a self-sustaining source of wealth. This illustrates the fundamental difference in how these two people live. On the left, the consumer must trade their physical time and labor to pay for their lifestyle. On the right, the investor doesn't use their own labor to pay back the bank. Their asset does the work for them. This is the essence of leverage, using capital to disconnect your income from the number of hours you spend working. If you had the opportunity to use a loan for one income-producing asset today, what would it be? Share your ideas in the comments. And if you found this breakdown useful, hit the like button and subscribe to Wealth Logic for more strategies on financial optimization. Mastering these concepts shifts you from selling your time for a salary to using capital to build a sustainable financial base.